Hello, my name is Xiuying Huang, and I will be introducing the chapter 18 and 19, which is eliminating backtalk and dealing with the unexpected. So for our warm-up today, it'll be react or reflect. The purpose of doing this is to activate thinking about emotional versus calm responses. I have provided 3 scenarios here. The first one is the student says, "This work is stupid." Second one is the student says, "Why are you always picking on me?" And then the third one is the student refuses to start work and crosses arms. So I want you to write about what will your first reaction would be, and also what would be a better response if it may cause any conflict with the student. So our norms for today is listening ears, be respectful to each others, and be responsible for your words and deeds. So what is talkback? Talkback is students respond in a rude, challenging, or attention-seeking way, usually in public, like in the classroom. It triggers your fight or flight reaction, making you want to respond immediately. The biggest mistake, cardinal error, is talking back. So cardinal error is when a student backtalks, you respond, they respond again, and then you talk again. So the conflict grows and grows until you notice that there are something wrong with it and it's too late to change it. So examples would be the students starting with, "Why don't you just leave me alone?" And then the teacher would be respond, "You need to show respect." And then the student will take advantage of you saying, "You are always picking on me." And now it becomes an argument and it likely ends in office referral. Cardinal error. Some possible solutions is to take a deep breath to calm down, stay silent in the moment, and to handle it later when you calm down. For teachers. So the first rule of backtalk is it takes 1 fool to backtalk, but 2 fools to make a conversation. So obviously, the first fool is the student who likes to start the backtalk. And if the teacher they respond, the teacher will be the second fool to continue the conversation for them. Student talks back, and then the teacher keeps replying. Argument escalates. It grows and grows until you can't control it anymore as a teacher. So the solutions is to do not join the conversation and let the student talk alone so it will dies out. Strategy is to say little or nothing. Redirect behavior of the student. Example below is, if you are not working, at least let others work. Usually for most of the students, they will just stop here. Backtalk as a performance or melodrama. Student wants a reaction. When they backtalk, that means they want to grab your attention. So if you speak, you became part of their show. Example, student saying, "I wasn't doing anything." And then the teacher will respond and then the student keeps on going. That continues their conversation. That hits their goal. So solution is teachers stay silent. Student will run out of things to say and they will stop. Key idea is backtalk needs attention to survive. If no attention, it dies. The comedy doll problem. Imagine the student is a clown and then the teacher is the straight man. Always sets them up by responding. So example is teacher saying, "Why did you do that?" The student uses it and then continue arguing. The solution is don't give lines for the student to play off. Make them do the talking, all the talking, and eventually they will stop. No one responding to them, why would they continue, right? Short-term responses, first 2 to 3 seconds. The goal is to control yourself, especially your temper. To stay quiet, take 2 deep breaths, show calm body language. Example, Student says, "This class is stupid." Teacher, "Don't do anything. Take a deep breath and walk away." No reaction. Long-term response is to response later. Goal is to address behavior appropriately, private conversation, consequences or punishments, office referral if it is needed. Example would be after class, you can talk to the student. "That comment was inappropriate. Let's talk about it." Why staying calm works? It shows professionalism, prevents escalation, forces student to take responsibility. If the teacher gets emotional, student blames the teacher. "It is not my fault." If the teacher stays calm, student looks like the only one misbehaving and messing around. Our main activity for the lesson is to identify and sort out the short-term and the long-term responses. Please take a look at the bullet points. These are your choices and please sort them out. You may take a snapshot and let's move on. Assessment number 1. What is the cardinal error when dealing with student talkback? A. Sending the student to the office immediately. B. Ignoring the student completely for the rest of class. C. Speaking and responding to the student's backtalk. D. Giving the students extra work. 2. Why is silence often an effective short-term response to talkback? A. It confuses the teacher. B. It removes the audience the student is trying to engage. C. It allows the student to keep talking longer. D. It makes the teacher looks unsure. 3. What is the best short-term response when a student engages in talkback? A. Argue back to correct the student. B. Stay calm, remain silent, and take a deep breath. C. Immediately send the student to the office. D. Explain rules again in detail. Number 4, our last question. What is the difference between short-term and long-term responses? A. Short-term is punishment, long-term is silence. B. Short-term is emotional reaction, long-term is planned action. C. Short-term is immediate calm control, long-term is planned follow-up actions. D. There is no difference between them. Thank you, everyone.